Please welcome our mayor, Buddy Dyer.
Good afternoon and welcome to the September 16th, 2013 regularly scheduled meeting of the Orlando City Council. We're going to begin today's proceedings with the invocation offered by James Krim, who is a member of our city family. We have invited city employees to participate in our invocation from time to time, and Mr. Krim has graciously agreed to do so today. James is a motivational speaker, a writer, a world traveler, and life coach who enjoys and encourages his audience to disregard their doubt, step into faith, and accomplish their goals. When he's not inspiring others to find their purpose in life, he is the assistant coordinator of Keep Orlando Beautiful. He has a bachelor's degree in political science from the Manhattan College in Purchase, New York, and is a member of Toastmasters. The invocation will be followed by the pledge led by Commissioner Ortiz today. Would you all join me in standing?
Thank you, Mayor Dyer, to the commissioners, city attorney, and the citizens of this beautiful city. I will be sharing with you an excerpt of my motivational speaking series called The Road Trip to Destiny. It doesn't matter your age, ethnicity, education, family history, or financial stability. God created you to thrive and not just to survive. But we have been programmed to live a survival's mentality, to find a job that's going to get us by and pay the bills, or find a job that will let us retire comfortably. You shouldn't have to wait until you retire to live the life you dream of. What if I told you that you can live the life you dream today, right now? This is possible when you unleash the power that is inside of you. Unleashing the power is refusal to accept things for the way they are. It's to take the pain we've endured in our life and transform it into a driving force to get us to where we've always intended to be. It's the energy that gets us up out of bed in the morning, the focus that allows us to finish tasks, and the ambition and drive that helps a young boy graduate college, travel the world, and stand before you right now. Unleashing the power only shows us where we intend to be. Think of it as a GPS. A GPS can show you your destination point. It can tell you the time you may arrive. It will even show you the routes to take to get there, but it's up to you to get into the car. It's up to you to turn the ignition, and it's up to you to drive and maneuver the car to bring you to your end point. There may be some roadblocks. There might be a few traffic jams. You may even get lost, but just remember what you're driving towards. Once you remember that, those obstacles that are in your way will become small potholes. Those obstacles will become stories you can tell your friends and family. One day, you will be able to sit back, laugh, and think how those situations made you into the person you are. Thank you.
Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Officially call the meeting to order. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll and make a determination of a quorum, please?
Commissioner Gray?
Here.
Commissioner Ortiz?
Here.
Commissioner Stewart?
Here.
Commissioner Sheehan? Here. Commissioner Lineham? Here. Commissioner Ings?
Here.
Mayor Dyer?
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Let's take up for consideration the minutes from the workshop and agenda review and City Council meetings of August 26th. Motion by Commissioner Ortiz, second by Commissioner Stewart. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Right into awards and presentations. Marcia, you are first up for Second Harvest Food Bank Hunger Action Month.
Thank you very much, Mayor Dyer and City Commissioners and everyone here today. I am very honored to have the opportunity to bring up Dave Krepko, who is the CEO and president of Second Harvest Food Bank. I know Dave really needs no introduction. Most of us have worked with him on a myriad of projects throughout the community that have supported so many families, so many people, and help to eradicate hunger in our community. We are so fortunate and blessed to have Second Harvest in our city. They are one of a network of Second Harvest food banks across the country, and they are, I think, the best in the nation. So I would like to bring up Dave Krepko, who, as you can see, I'm a fan, to tell you a little bit more about Second Harvest. Dave?
Thank you, Marcia. And thank you, Council, for having us here this afternoon. Really appreciate it. And also for acknowledging September as Hunger Action Month. You know, there's hunger every month of the year, but in the fall when people come back from their vacations and everything and more people are around, we'd like to bring additional awareness as we go into the holiday season. Hunger still, unfortunately, does exist in our community. I'm standing here holding a paper doll, so I got to explain this. But this is Kate, and Kate appears in one of our videos on our website, and if you haven't been there, we invite you to check out the story behind Kate. But she's a symbol, and she's representative of the tens and thousands of children that are going food insecure. USDA just released a national report in the past week and a half. Food insecurity is not going away, unfortunately. And so we thank the city for, acknowledging Hunger Action Month so we can bring more awareness for folks with Meet Kate. The reason why we have Kate here cut out, it's kind of like you may be familiar with Flat Stanley, okay? But Kate's picture is being taken in hundreds of different locations as we stand here in different parts of the country in different situations, and they all go to our website. So #FeedHopeNow. But again, thank you for the recognition and the acknowledgement of this month, and for the city's support. We truly appreciate. We couldn't do it without you.
Okay, thank you, Dave. And if everybody would silence their devices, I have a proclamation, Hunger Action Month PROC. Whereas hunger and poverty are issues of great concern in the United States and the City of Orlando, and whereas the City of Orlando is committed to taking steps to raise awareness about the need to combat hunger in every part of our state and to provide additional resources that citizens of Central Florida need. And whereas the City of Orlando is committed to working with Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida and educating people about the role and importance of food banks. And whereas more than 731,900 individuals in Central Florida rely on food provided by members of Second Harvest Food Bank. And whereas the members of Second Harvest distributed more than 39 million pounds of food in 2012. And whereas food banks across the country will host numerous events throughout the month of September. Now, therefore, I, Buddy Dyer, Mayor of the City of Orlando, hereby do proclaim the month of September is Hunger Action Month in the City of Orlando. Okay, right into one more recognition, I guess. And today I am excited, Commissioners, to have members of our championship Orlando City Lions team here in City Hall Chambers. So you may be wondering what this is. That is, in fact, the championship trophy that was won before a record-breaking crowd in the Florida Citrus Bowl last Saturday, September 7th. as the Lions defeated the Charlotte Eagles to bring a second championship in 3 years to the city of Orlando. So they've been here 3 years. They've won 2 championships, and the year that they didn't win the championship, they had the best record in the league. So on the field, you couldn't do much better than that, and off the field, they are quality in every way. The atmosphere at that last game was just incredible as we marched towards MLS status. So I want to congratulate Orlando City Soccer, and here representing the team is assistant coach Ian Fuller, Rob Valentino, Luke Bowden, and Jamie Watson. And I think Jamie is going to come up and say a few words, and then commissioners, I'd like you to come down and have a team photograph with all the members of the team. Okay? Jamie, come on up.
Hello and good afternoon. My name is Jamie Watson. I'm one of the players for Orlando City Soccer Club. I, along with the players, Anthony Pulis as well, and staff that are here today, would like to say what an honor and a privilege it is to be here today to receive this recognition. We want to say thank you to the city, to the commissioners, to you, Buddy Dyer, for all the support that you've shown us over the last several years. It's been absolutely amazing, and we're so humbled and grateful for all that you've done, Mayor Dyer. You know, it's exciting to think that in a year or two time, when I'm confident that we have MLS status, that the 20,886 people in attendance won't just be for a final, but it'll be for a regular Saturday night, regular season game. And we're excited for that. So as a token of our appreciation, we have scarves for each one of you. And for you, Mayor Dyer, we also have a framed picture with County Mayor Jacobs of you guys before the game on the field with the pre-match ball presentation. So this is for you. And for everyone, we have a scarf that we'd like to give to you guys as a token of our appreciation. So thank you very much on behalf of Orlando City Soccer Club and the players and staff in attendance. Thank you for having us here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Here, you take it. You take it. You take it.
Okay, we will move into the mayor's update. Wow, I guess everybody was just here for the Lions presentation. How about that? I want to take note that our city clerk, Alana Brenner's father, passed last week, and Alana, you and your family would continue to be in our prayers and our thoughts, and I know you'll be traveling north on Friday for the services, so our hearts go with you.
Thank you.
Also, it is with a sad and heavy heart that I share the news of the passing of a former city employee, Chase Smith, who lost his battle with lymphoma cancer on August the 28th, and will be deeply missed. He was an aide for Commissioner Sheehan for 7 years and then was on staff with County Mayor Jacobs, and I want to call on Commissioner Sheehan for a few words in a presentation.
Well, thank you, Mayor Dyer. I'm going to read a resolution from the City Council. Whereas Charles Chase Smith was born on April 3, 1972, and transitioned from his earthly body on August 28, 2013, at the age of 41, surrounded by his family and friends. And whereas before moving to Central Florida in 2004 to pursue a career in the big city, Chase Smith was a graduate of Hardy High School and later Barrett University. And whereas Chase Smith was successful in many areas of his professional life, he was a city commissioner for 3 4-year terms in Wauchula before moving to Orlando, where he was my aide for 7 years. He was also my confidant and one of my best friends. Chase then moved from city government to work for county government, where he was an aide to Orange County Mayor Teresa Jacobs from 2011 to the time of his death in August 2013. He was also appointed by Mayor Jacobs as the county's first ombudsman. And whereas Chase Smith loved public service with all his heart and lived his life in service to others, he touched many lives with his care and genuine concerns for others and their problems. And as we mourn with the family and friends of Charles Chase Smith, his mother Frances, and brother Brian, including many other family members and countless number of friends and extended family and loved ones, and all of the constituents of District 4 who loved his little southern accent. Now, therefore, on behalf of Mayor Buddy Dyer and the entire City Council, we declare Tuesday, September 10th, the day we buried him, as a day of mourning to honor his memory. And we present a resolution as a testimony of the high esteem to which Charles Chase Smith was held by all who knew him. I'd like to thank you all, commissioners, for signing this for me. And he truly, truly loved service and loved what he did. And I never saw anybody answer the phone, someone with a problem, with such grace and dignity. And he will truly be missed. And I put together a little slideshow of his life. Ed, would you roll that, please? Thank you. Thank you, y'all. I figured 5 minutes of your time to celebrate him. Thank you very much for that. And in honor of Chase, you know, a lot of folks couldn't go to Bluntstown. That was a really long ride. It was 5 hours one way where we buried him. We're going to have a celebration of his life, September 30th at 6 p.m. at the Abbey, and everyone's invited. And y'all knew he liked to wear those crazy bow ties, so if you'd like to, gentlemen, wear on behalf of Chase, wear a bow tie. And we're also collecting money to plant a pink tababuya tree, because he'd love to play the Easter Bunny for the children throughout the district. And we're going to plant a pink tababuya because I would make him wear that stupid pink Easter Bunny suit everywhere. So we're going to also put a little pink Easter Bunny statue in one of the parks as well to honor his memory. So thank you, Commissioners, for that time. And he was very special to me, so I appreciate you indulging me for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner. Very well done. So other items from the mayor's update. On Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, the 18th at 10 a.m., we will have the POW MIA recognition ceremony conducted by the University of Central Florida Air Force ROT Detachment 159 cadets in the Rotunda of City Hall. I know most of the council members enjoy attending this event every year, and I believe the governor is probably going to join us this year. This weekend, we are officially opening the Eola House at Lake Eola Park, which is located in the new area on the southeast corner of the park, which will serve as the main office for Lake Eola and as also a new welcome center for the city of Orlando, which will feature history about Orlando, local art, information about nearby points of interest, and a gift shop. And it is also our newest venue for meetings, weddings, and receptions. It has an upstairs patio balcony, 2 conference rooms, meeting rooms, and a bride's room. Commissioner Sheehan and I will be conducting a community open house on Sunday, September 22nd from noon to 4. It's a free event, and I would encourage you all to come out. It has turned out to be just spectacular. You can't imagine how nice that house is till you actually visit it. Also this weekend, Commissioner Stewart and I will host our first community hands-only CPR training with OFD in College Park as part of the city's Take Heart Orlando initiative. It will be at Edgewater High School at, what time does that begin, Commissioner?
The first session starts at 8:45.
8:45, and I know you're going to comment a little bit more on that. And speaking of OFD, I'd like to recognize Chief Chad Williamson, who has been with the OFD for more than 19 years. He is being promoted to the Fire Support Services Bureau, supporting the activities of fire training, communications, ISO accreditation, emergency management, and technology. For the past 7 years, he has served as chief officer, and throughout his career with OFD has been in many different areas. Congratulations, Chief Williamson. And I just want to mention a couple items that are on the agenda today. Today we renew our Orlando Main Street program agreements with Audubon Park, College Park, Downtown Sciath, Ivanhoe Village, Mills 50, Church Street, Cimarron Business Partnership, and the Thornton Park District. And this year, 5 of our main streets, Audubon Park, College Park, Downtown South, Ivanhoe Village, and Mills 50 achieved national accreditation status, and I know a number of folks from our main streets are here, so if you would stand and be recognized, I would certainly appreciate that. And then also on today's agenda, I like highlighting our small businesses, is a small business facade grant that will help the new home of the Russian Academy of Ballet, which is located in Commissioner Sheehan's district in the Mills 50 Main Street district. All right. And then lastly, I just wanted to note that we have been really working hard to find and get federal grants and different types of opportunities. With our budgets being a little slimmer than they used to be, it's incredibly important that we be innovative, and we have 3 different grants today that fund our public safety efforts. We have $5,000 from the National Association of Drug Diversion Investigators for outstanding work in the field of prescription drug abuse enforcement, $5,000 from Target's Public Safety Grant Program, which will be used for OPD's Operation Positive Direction, and a third $5,000 grant comes from Target's Heroes and Helpers. And then last thing I'd like to mention on the agenda, I see Sean out there in support of the first agreement coming in from our collective bargaining units, and OPD's agreement was ratified by, close to 80%, was it? Okay, close to 80%, so I appreciate you guys being the first ones through the door this year. With that, we will move to the consent agenda, and the consent agenda is a number of items that are acted upon through a single vote of council. We give each of our commissioners an opportunity to comment on items on the consent agenda or update you on items of importance from within their district. And this morning at today's agenda review, Commissioner Gray noted that as it relates to two of the applications for annexation in the southeast, the first being the Weewahootie property and the second being Southeastern Oaks property, that city staff, the property owners, neighboring property owners, and other stakeholders should continue to meet and discuss and work through any issues related to these annexations, especially as it relates to transportation planning in the southeast. I concur with that and would ask staff to continue to work with landowners in the area and owners seeking annexation. By accepting the MPB minutes today, we are not acting on the request for annexation and are not acting on any of the land use development items. We are simply directing staff to prepare and present ordinances for future consideration. These ordinances including annexation, amendments to the city's comp plan, and zoning ordinances will be presented to council over the next month or two. Between now and then, staff should engage interested parties, and to the extent that new information or data is presented, staff should study and consider such information when drafting the implementing ordinances. That was just kind of off the cuff, Commissioner.
Well done. Well done.
All right. So, Commissioner Ortiz, you're first up.
Thank you, sir. Well, I'll be competing against Commissioner Ings today. So,
Boy, you do have a lot of notes.
congratulations to our District 2 Cimarron Business Partnership on the renewal of the agreement. You guys are doing an awesome job, and we're really moving forward with our project on Cimarron. So thank you so much for what you guys are doing. You guys are awesome. Commissioner Sheehan, once again, I want to reinstate my condolences to you and to the family of Chase Smith. He was not only a friend, he was somebody, as you said, he was a confidant. He taught us, he taught a lot of us a lot of great things, his experiences and whatnot. And a long time ago, a friend of mine made a comment about somebody else I'm going to use to describe Chase Smith. If you're hanging off a cliff and Chase Smith was holding on to you, there's two possibilities. Either he gets you out or he'll go down with you. That's the kind of loyal guy he was. So, congratulations. You had a great man on your side. He was a good friend to all of us. All right, on August 30th, Mayor Dyer and I visited CuraScript, one of the biggest companies in District 2. I'd like to take this opportunity to give thanks to Ms. Gail Johnston, President, for their hospitality given to us during our visit and the exciting and wonderful explanation about what they do. We're holding some of their prescriptions or whatnot over there, and some of those things cost thousands of dollars, weren't they, Mayor Dyer? Pretty sensitive stuff, and they're offering also great opportunities for employment in our district. So tune in, check them out in the website. Last week I had the opportunity to visit and tour Cape Canaveral Port Authority with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. It was a great experience. It was amazing to see what they're doing over there in terms of expansion. I guess they were assigned $45 million for expansion, Mayor. Correct me if I'm wrong, from our governor, and they are one of 15 ports, but probably the only one with the possibilities of digging even further down or lower, things that Miami Port cannot do. And one of the greatest advantages of this particular port is we have a lot of people that send produce and other items and products to Florida. They import or they export from their countries, and they're paying a ton of money to transport some of these products from other ports to the central Florida region, and they're discovering now that it's a lot cheaper for them to bring in their products to the port on our East Coast, Port Canaveral. So there's a lot of negotiations being done, and something that is also very impacting to us is their accessibility. There's a lot of tourists that come, close to 5 million, I believe, come through the port to the Central Florida region, and I am very excited about the possibilities because 528, which is the main gate basically to where they come to the city of Orlando, is right there adjacent to my district. So that's something that we have to take in consideration as we keep redeveloping our district. But they were exciting. They had great and exciting news. I will actually ask for our Cimarron Business Partnership to see if we can go ahead and look for the opportunity to go ahead and meet with the port to see how we can help them. We celebrate the Hispanic Heritage Month with a kickoff event here at the City Rotunda on September 5th. During the event, we had a ribbon-cutting ceremony of the Hispanic Artists Art Exhibition here at City Hall on the first floor. 20 artists, 9 countries were represented in the exhibition. My congratulations to Ms. Alicia Ramirez and Luis Martinez. They did an outstanding, excellent job, and our city staff on putting this together, planning and execution. Mayor Dyer, thank you for your support. Commissioner Gray, Commissioner Stewart, Commissioner Lynham, Commissioner Inks, thank you for joining us that day. It was truly a great event. I'm still receiving calls congratulating us for such an event. Saturday, September 7th, I attended the first Brazilian Expo and celebration of their independence, thanks to Ms. Liz Rodriguez for the hospitality given to me during the event. Same day, I attended Casa de Mexico event with the Orlando Philharmonic and Mariachi Cobre of the Bob Carr. Congratulations to Ms. Blanquita Treble for such an outstanding event. What an awesome concert. I encourage every single one of you to attend one of those annual concerts. They're really, really neat. You're missing out in such a way, such an outstanding display of art and music. And it's contagious. You know, once you get there, you want to start singing Mexican songs and whatnot. So you got a chance, do it. Last Saturday, we participated, my staff and I, at the Englewood Park Neighborhood Cleanup. Thanks to Jody Buyas from Keep Orlando Beautiful for her assistance. I want to congratulate the Englewood Park Neighborhood Board of Directors, all the residents and volunteers that attended for doing such a great job. Especially, I would like to give thanks to the students who volunteered from the Jackson Middle School and from UCF. And since we're talking about cleanups, let me remind people that Orlando is a city beautiful. And it's pretty sad to see how we are revitalizing the district. And yet, I'm finding tons of cigarette butts and little papers being thrown on our new erected medians. Ladies and gentlemen, citizens of the city of Orlando, it's not a matter of picking up the garbage. It's a matter of not throwing it down. I'm making a plea to all our respectable citizens in our city to please take this matter on their own hands. And when they see somebody tossing up or disposing of garbage in front of them in a public area, please think that they're not doing this on purpose, but that it's only falling off the person. So pick it up, give it back to them, and tell them that you're aware that they didn't do it on purpose, but to please put it back in the pocket or to at a disposal to keep our city beautiful. Because it's pretty sad. We're doing a lot of things. People work really hard to maintain the city as beautiful as it is. Great venues, all these great events, all this development. Yet, there's people that they just like to toss that cigarette butt out the window when they're driving or throw garbage. And as I said before, it's not a matter of picking it up. It's a matter of not throwing it down. And how difficult it is to just put it on an ashtray on their pockets until they get home and dispose of this. So this is a serious matter. It's a matter of conservation. It's a matter of pride as citizens of the city of Orlando. Now that I'm done whipping people for that. Yesterday, my aide, Ana Cruz, attended the Consulate of Mexico in Orlando 2003rd anniversary of Mexico's independence. Thanks to the consul, a friend, Leva, and Mrs. Myrna Hegelseeb Venegas for the hospitality given to her. As a reminder, this Thursday, September 19th, is our Neighborhood Leaders Council meeting. We will meet at the Dover Shores Community Center. And Mayor, I just want to advise you, I'm checking with our staff on a revision of Code Ordinance 3916, subsection 1, subsection T. Vehicles parked in residential driveways with commercial decals or signs. We have a thriving, working community that in many instances have limited means of transportation, sometimes one vehicle per family, and this same vehicle serve as a marketing tool or resource for their small business. I like to explore the possibility to amend the ordinance to allow smaller vehicles, and I'm not talking about big vehicles, but smaller vehicles to have decals on their driveways. We have a lot of blue-collar workers out there that they're trying to make a living, and it's hard for them to get penalties sometimes because they park in the driveway and subsist or survive on this. And then, last but not least, congratulations to our Orlando City soccer team once again. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll move on to District 3. Commissioner Stewart.
Thank you, Mayor. Let me also express my condolences to Alana and for your father's passing, and of course to the Chase Smith and their family, and tell me how much I appreciate Patty, your friendship to me, and friendship to Chase. It was Chase is we've lost a good friend, and I appreciate how you've honored him. So thank you very much. A couple of quick things coming up. Let me just share through those with you. I won't go as long as District 2. This Wednesday, the Audubon Park neighborhood will be having our first Audubon Park Business Watch meeting. It'll be over at Ice Cream Treats and Eats over on 3114 Korean Drive. We're going to talk about the dynamics of Business Watch. It's a program that we've had for a while, and we tried to introduce that into our local business market, and it's been very successful. On that same day, that evening, we'll be meeting over at Rosemont Community Center about the Lake Fairview Park Shoreline project meeting. We've got some plans we'd like to discuss with the community. If you're interested, please attend. That information's on our my website. On Thursday, we open up the John Young Parkway flyover. I think it's going to be the formal opening is the 9th, but I think it's another week before it actually opens up. But Lee Road and John Young is finally going to happen. So those of us who've been trying to fight through that for a while, that's going to open up just very soon. And this Friday also is the Edgewater High School kickoff barbecue. The College Park Rotary supports that, and it's my Rotary Club. We get a chance to put that money back into the schools and the community. Let me also share that the mayor and I had an opportunity to be at the first in 22 years of the Battle of College Park, part of the Bishop Moore High School versus Edgewater High School football game. We presented a commemorative trophy, a perpetual trophy, to go there, and it was a great evening. Unfortunately, Edgewater lost the first time ever to Bishop Moore, 23-24. They were doing really well until the mayor left at halftime, and then I came back, and Edgewater lost. So apparently it's my fault, I guess. But it was a great game. It was, I guess there was 4,500 people there. It was just a great event for College Park, and we ought to do that more often, and I'm really excited about it. Dave, thank you for your leadership over there at the school. And special thanks go out to President Tom Doyle and Scott Brogan with Bishop Moore, and to Michelle Erickson with Edgewater High School. It's just another great tradition we've started now in College Park. Let me also tag along with what the mayor said about our hands-only CPR and AED training. Registration will start at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning at the gymnasium at Edgewater High School. Our first class will start at 8:45, and if we have enough, we'll do a class immediately following, right, Chief? I've sent out several flyers. We've got them all over the community. Commissioners, if you have some leadership, one of the things that we want to try and do with this particular class is to invite leadership of other large groups throughout the city to come and see how we do it and see how they would do it in their area. So if you have some leadership that you'd like to include, please let us know. Let Vicki Robles know, or let Chief Miller or me know. Just come and see how we're doing it. We're trying to kind of work out some of the kinks on how we do a large-scale training throughout the city. And we decided to kick it off there because of the interest that College Park community had expressed early on in this process. So please plan on coming. For those who are listening, you can call and reserve your spot by calling at 407-246-4277, or go onto my website and you can see some stuff there. Also, Commissioners, let me ask you, if you will, I'm going to note to you later on today or tomorrow, on October 5th, the Recreation Division will be doing their golf tournament, their annual golf tournament called Where the Fun Starts. I would love to kind of start a tradition among all of us that we would create kind of a Commissioner's Cup, and we each would sponsor a foursome, and we'd kind of have some fun back and forth with that at the tournament to support our community as well as support our Recreation Department. So if you're interested in doing that, please let me know. I'm prepared to go ahead and invest in that and then have us just kind of pass it between us. They will stay in District 3 most of the time because I'm certain I'm going to win. Unless Jim Gray brings in one of his ringers from Lake Nona. But it would be kind of a little fun thing for us to do, so I want to let you know about that. On the agenda today, let me say a special thanks to Alina Pathak, a District 3 member who has joined the BZA board, and Latria Leak from the Orlando Magic, who will be joining the Family Parks and Rec board. As I get a chance to say often, this city, we do things because of our community and our citizens get involved. This is one of those ways that they can come get involved, and I appreciate them devoting their leadership to that. And also want to just say special thanks to all those involved in Main Street. It is such a neat, I love the energy that happens in Main Street. And have been around before and now around after, and I'm now at a point where I can't imagine how it would be before, because we're doing so many great things. And I want to tell you how much I appreciate that, and of course, Mayor, wholeheartedly support C9 for that sake. And that's all that I have.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll move to District 4. Commissioner Sheehan.
Thank you, Mayor, and that was a great game. Congratulations, Orlando City. That was just wonderful, and it was great to see the lower bowl filled, and we hope we can get them in a proper facility. Also, Eola House Park expansion, 1.3 acres. It's just great to add that to the park, and it looks really wonderful. Got a lot of great feedback on that, so delighted to be able to open the Orlando House to the public and let them see what a beautiful facility that is. It's spectacular, and it's great to be able to, like I say, add to the park in perpetuity for the citizens. Commissioner Stewart, you're talking smack about golf. You've already lost the Battle of the Barrel and another one now and a cup. I mean, you're going to keep challenging us? I mean, really?
I know.
I know. I mean, but you want to keep losing, man. I mean, we can make that happen for you. It's all good.
Nice try. Nice try.
On item C3, I'm glad to see the historic property at 646 East Livingston Street qualifying for property tax exemption resolution. That's a great thing, and I'd like to see more of our historic properties being able to take advantage of that. Also, the Main Street districts. I know this has just been a wonderful investment, and I'm glad to see you all there, all here, and we've got Mills 50 downtown South and Thornton Park from my district. Thank you all for being here today, and I really do believe this is a wonderful investment, almost as good as the investment we make with facade grants, because that's been just a great thing too. So I'm glad to see another facade grant coming, another C9 in District 4, because they're really doing a great job revitalizing those. It looks just wonderful, and that's all I had, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll move to District 5. Commissioner Lynham.
Thank you, Mayor Dyer. Just a few announcements before I get into the agenda. I've already acknowledged to Alana our sympathy regarding her father's death and wish the rest of her family well. Also, I knew Chase before he came to Orlando. As a matter of fact, he asked permission from me. Not quite. We served on the Florida League of Cities Board of Directors together when he was a commissioner in Washula. So we will miss him. I do want to say special thanks to a few people, and one is Mayor Dyer and I partnered again, and regarding, we called it the Medical City Project, but the real name, I believe, I have to look it up, Orlando Health Careers Partners or Partnerships. I can't remember. It is a pilot program where we're targeting Jones High School students and some community students. We have 10 students in the program now through our Blueprint office. But last week, Mayor Dyer and I and city staff helped launch this program with our partners, and it was meant for press and partners get together. The idea is to start incubating our own health careers and health sciences and life science careers here in Orlando, not just for Medical City, but Orlando Health was a partner, Florida Hospital, Nemours, UCF, and UCF Medical School, Lake Nona, and I see Richard here, worked with us on getting this done. The VA Hospital, Orange County Public Schools, Jones High School, and OTEC, and all of the different programs there. Valencia College, Florida State University Medical School, Workforce Central Florida. As a matter of fact, Workforce Central Florida is working with Gennaro and his staff now with the young people in the Orlando Tech, and Valencia I think we have 10 students there now going after LPNs and RNs. So I want to say a real special thanks to them. The Links Transportation and Orlando Housing Authority. But just as important, I want to say a very, very special thanks to Byron Brooks, who's a great partner, Representative Mayor Dyer, Kevin Edmonds, and Gennaro and his staff. In addition to the launching of the program last week, I want to thank those people who made it a great looking event and well organized, and that was Heather in the mayor's office, Heather Fagan, Cassandra Lefser, Rob Spindler, Eddie Richter, Eddie, the white-haired guy, and Paul Weich out of Gennaro's office. It was just a great opportunity and partnership with all of these folks to pay attention to our own workforce here in Orlando and Mayor Dyer. I can't say thank you enough for our partnering as usual through the years. And I didn't mention Rock Lake Elementary School and Orange Center Elementary School, in addition to Memorial. So special thanks to each of you in a way I can't, I just don't have the words to express what a great investment in our community this is. Now on to, another announcement. September 28th will be our second Curb Appeal the Block project in the Paramore area. I want to say a special thanks to Jan Rahil and Jody, what's her name, Goose or Bias? This one. Okay. Jody Bias. We call it Girl Power, and all the volunteers that help with that. And I want to say a special thanks to the young man who came forth with beautiful words of inspiration for our invocation this morning. I thought he was phenomenal. And James Krim, I've never heard of him before, but that was great. On to agenda item. B6, that's a great opportunity for Rock Lake, and I want to say thank you, son, and Kevin and all the rest of you who worked on the park for Rock Lake. I really, really am impressed with moving that along very, very quickly. And I'm looking forward to working with Miller Sellon and their partnership with Rose and Brito on the Paramore study. And of course, Mayor, I'm glad we're moving and stepping forward with the removal of the contamination with the gas plant, and that's agenda I-4. And Jessica Burns will be our new person. She lives in District 3, but she works in District 5, and was a recommendation I made for Downtown Development Advisory Board. So congratulations to everyone. Thank you very much. That's it, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll move to District 6, Commissioner Ings.
Thank you, Mayor, and I too would like to extend my condolences to our City Clerk, Alana Brenner, and her family on the loss of her father, and our prayers of comfort are with you and your family, Alana. And then also condolences to Commissioner Sheehan on the passing of Chase Smith. Chase Smith was with me in mid-July as we were cutting the ribbons to the Performing Arts Center right in the heart of District 6, and he was representing County Mayor Teresa Jacobs, and he was also with me at the Make 'em Smile event in Lake Eola Park, and there he allowed me to present Orange County Mayor Teresa Jacobs' proclamation for that particular event, and he was moved by all of the young people in that event and what Make 'em Smile did for their families. And then also the police in Blountstown saluted the funeral procession of Chase Smith as it went through downtown Blountstown. And this was a town where they really showed respect. People pull over to the side of the roads like we used to do here in Orlando and just let the procession go through. And the police officers saluted with their hands across their heart as the procession proceeded. So, and Chase's mother, she is just one darling of a person. And Chase is buried there next to his father. So, and then I'd also like to say happy birthday to Mrs. Juanita Sanders. Mrs. Sanders is the mother of Ronita Sanders, who's an aide to Congresswoman Kareem Brown. Mrs. Sanders celebrated her 82nd birthday on yesterday, September 15th, so happy birthday, Miss Juanita Sanders. And also congratulations to Chief Williamson on your promotion. And then also Chief Miller, you know, I didn't know, but I found out in the Florida Sun that also on that Friday, September 6th, we had Alicia Renee Bosson. She became the first African-American woman on the Orlando Fire Department to become a lieutenant in the Orlando Fire Department. And she has worked for the department for 14 years. So thank you very much, Chief, for your progressiveness, too, as you continue forward. And then also on Saturday, September 7th, I co-sponsored an event with June Brown, who is the founder of Happy Healthy Kids Day, that we had at the Dr. James R. Smith Center from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And I'd like to thank Orlando Fire Department Station Number 7. They were on hand, too, and a lot of the kids and parents had an opportunity to go through the hands-on only CPR at that event, so that was great, too. We had lots of fun. This particular event really is honoring June Brown's son, Morris Brown Jr., who was 11 years old, but he fought against a battle of adrenoleukodystrophy, which is a rare genetic disease. And so his mother was concerned about kids just being healthy, and so what greater way to do this. And I think this is like our 4th event that we've done together there at the Smith Center. And then also on Saturday night, September 14th, I was guest speaker for the 39th Florida statewide organization of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity. Byron Brooks is a member of that organization, as well as myself and Byron's dad. My dad, we were line brothers together there in 1984. But this was a event that occurred at the Rosen Plaza, and my topic was our never-ending support for our community and country. And that was my challenge to the men of Omega Psi Phi, because they are throughout the state and also an international perspective. We have a lot of work to do to help build stronger communities. Rodney Rocker Sr., the Florida State Representative, was there on hand, as well as former Grand Bosselist Dorsey Miller, who was there too. And then also on September 15th, in Birmingham, Alabama, at the 16th Street Baptist Church, they commemorated the 50th anniversary of 4 girls that were killed as a result of a bomb that was planted at the church, and 4 young girls, 3 of them 14 years old and 1 11 years old, died as a result of that bomb. As a result of that, the 1964 Civil Rights Act outlawed discrimination on the basis of race, and also brought down the Jim Crow laws that were being enforced throughout the United States. Those girls, one of them, Denise McNair, who was 11 years old, was also a playmate of former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice. And Condoleezza Rice was on hand for this ceremony there in Birmingham, as well as Attorney General Eric Holder and Reverend Jesse Jackson. So this was also a time to celebrate and remember that 1963 was a very special year for a lot of us throughout the United States. And then also coming up on September 21st, I'm co-sponsoring the Stroll for Life. So we're encouraging families to bring your babies, your strollers, your family, your friends, and join this memorial walk for babies. Selena Eubanks Worlds of Healthy Start Coalition of Orange County, Save Our Babies, and also Penny Smith of the Florida Department of Health have joined with me, as well as Baby Buggy Walk in the Park, National Healthy Start, and Healthy Start Coalition of Orange County and First Life in this event. And we will have a walk, a memorial walk that will begin at 8:30 a.m. from the Washington Shore Shopping Center and end with a family fun day at the Dr. James R. Smith Center. So please come out and partake in this particular event, and this is a very moving event, too, for those within our community. And I'd like to say congratulations to the Orlando Main Street. You know, you guys, 7 years, 6 years, and others have come along, and Pauline, you've been there. Pauline Eaton, you've been there from the very beginning. So thank you so much. You guys are growing strong and going strong, too, so please continue to keep it up. It says something about our economy because 7 years and 6 years you're still holding on. So again, congratulations. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner, and we'll move to District 1, Commissioner Gray.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll jump out of character and be very brief today. I have 2 comments. Number one, just a reminder, tonight at 6:45, we're going to have a meeting at the Conway Community Center. It's at the Orange County Agricultural Center with the Conway Community Group. Primary topic is to discuss Barber Park, which the county's got a vested interest along with us. So we're going to meet and talk about the design of some type of park. That's 6:45 tonight. I also promised to give a plug for the first annual Taste of Lake Nona held at Village Walk Clubhouse Friday, September 27th from 6 to 9, benefiting the Central Florida Children's Home. On the agenda, the only comments I had were item C7. But Mayor, thank you very much for your comments. I think I could not have said that any better myself, so I won't. So with that, I would like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda with the comments you included.
Motion by Commissioner Gray, second by Commissioner Lineham. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, and so the motion carries. That brings us to, about if we recess the city council meeting without objection and convene the CRA. I'll give everybody that just had something on the consent agenda that they're happy about an opportunity to flee.
Flee.
Okay, so Thomas, where are you? There you are. Come on up. I think I can handle these first 4. So the first item of business is accepting the meeting minutes from the advisory board meeting. Motion by Commissioner Lineham.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Sheehan. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Second one is approving meeting minutes from the CRA from August the 5th. Motion by Commissioner Stewart.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Sheehan. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Third is accepting meeting minutes from the advisory board workshop of August the 23rd.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Lineham, second by Commissioner Stewart. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Number 4 is approving meeting minutes from the CRA August 26th.
Move it.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Stewart. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. I just heard Commissioner Stewart and aye. Is anybody else voting?
Aye.
Everybody in favor, all say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. All right, number 5. Thomas?
Thank you, Mayor, and good afternoon, Mayor and Commissioners. Number 5 today is adopting the fiscal year 2013-2014 Community Redevelopment Agency Budget and Budget Resolution. The CRA Advisory Board has recommended approval of the budget via adoption of the budget resolution on August 28, 2013. And as is typical in every year, the tax increment revenue and the contingency numbers will be revised upon receipt of the DR 422 Orange County Property Appraiser Form outlining the district's certification of final taxable value. Staff is requesting CRA adoption of the proposed FY 2013-2014 CRA budget and budget resolution and authorization for the execution of the budget resolution by the chairman and the
Move to
executive
adopt.
director.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Lineham, second by Commissioner Sheehan. Is there discussion among commissioners? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Number 6, Thomas.
Item number 6 is approving the FY 2013-2014 DDB CRA cost share agreement. The cost share agreement between the CRA and the DDB outlines the terms under which the DDB and CRA will share administrative costs for the fiscal year. Again, the CRA Advisory Board has recommended approval on August 28th, and staff is requesting CRA approval of the FY 2013-14 DDB-CRA cost share agreement, subject to review and approval by the City Attorney's Office and authorization for the execution of the cost share agreement by the Chairman and the Executive Director.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Stewart, second by Commissioner Sheehan. Is there, let's see, discussion among commissioners? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Those opposed? Motion carries. Number 7.
Thank you. Item number 7, Mayor, is approving the fiscal year 2013-2014 City Services Agreement between the City of Orlando and the CRA. The City Services Agreement outlines the terms under which the city will provide administrative and professional support to the CRA in its implementation of the Community Redevelopment Plan. Again, the CRA Advisory Board has recommended approval on August 28th, and staff is requesting CRA approval of the FY 2013-14 City Services Agreement, subject to review and approval by the City Attorney's Office and authorization for the execution of the City Services Agreement by the Chairman and Executive Director.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Stewart. Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. And the last one, Thomas.
And finally, item 8 is approving Seniors First Incorporated agreement for fiscal year 2013-14, the annual agreement between Seniors First, Inc. and the CRA to provide a senior transportation service known as Senior Tran to residents of 11 downtown senior housing complexes expires on September 30th of this year. Funding levels for this 2013-14 agreement are the same as the funding levels for the previous year, 2012 and 13, and also the routes remain the same. The CRA Advisory Board has recommended approval on August 28th, and staff is requesting CRA approval of the agreement between Seniors First, Inc. and the CRA for the period of October 1, 2013 to September 30th, 2014. Authorization by the Chair and the Executive Director to sign the agreement, subject to review and approval of the City Attorney's Office, and authorization of expenditures from the Downtown Orlando Community Redevelopment Area Trust Fund of up to $46,242 for such project pursuant to the terms of the agreement.
Move approval.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Lineham, second by Commissioner Ortiz. Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Further business, Thomas?
There's none.
Then we will adjourn the CRA meeting without objection, reconvene the City Council meeting. We will move to hearings, ordinances, second reading. Number 1, Madam Clerk.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, annexing to the corporate limits of the city certain land generally located north of Indiana Street, south of Columbia Street, east of South Rio Grande Avenue, and west of South Orange Blossom Trail, comprised of 3.5 acres more or less. Amending the city's adopted growth management plan to designate the property as industrial in part and office low intensity in part on the city's official future land use maps, and designating the property as the industrial general district in part and the O1 district in part on the city's official zoning maps, providing for severability, correction of scrivener's errors, and an effective date.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ings, second by Commissioner Sheehan. Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this matter? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Number 2, Madam Clerk.
An ordinance amending Chapter 42 of the Code of the City of Orlando entitled Noise to change certain provisions regarding standards, prohibited acts, and procedures to address usage of certain sound devices, both indoors and out of doors, providing for severability and an effective date.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ings, second by Commissioner Sheehan. Is there anyone that would like to testify on this matter? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Ordinance's first read, Madam Clerk.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, amending the land development regulations associated with certain portions of the existing Orlando Lutheran Towers Planned Development Zoning District, relating to certain land generally located north of East Jackson Street, south of East Pine Street, east of Lake Avenue, and west of South Osceola Avenue in the South Eola neighborhood, and comprised of approximately 3.3 acres of land, providing an amended development plan, providing for severability, correction of scrivener's errors, and an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Ings. Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this matter? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. And so the motion carries, and that concludes the official business of the Orlando City Council for today. I'd like to thank all of the viewers at home and all of you who joined us here in council chambers.